Hi, it's Ren. Let's see what's making news. Today is International Guide Dog Day, and this year there's a big focus on discrimination faced by guide dogs and people who use them. Josh looked into it.
Yeah, for these special canines, International Guide Dog Day is a pretty big deal.
Guide dogs are really important because they help people access the community as well as promote independence. The theme of this year's Guide Dogs Day is wherever you can go, guide dogs can go too.
And Robbie's pretty keen to get that message out because guide dog users have been facing some big problems.
Probably one of the most common ones is refusal into different establishments.
In fact, a new survey shows over the past 2 years, 71% of guide dog users have been turned away from a cafe, restaurant, supermarket or hotel. And many also say they've had trouble trying to use taxis or rideshare services.
It impacts their independence, I guess. If you can't go to the shops with your guide dog, then you can't go to the shops at all, really.
Robbie says even though there are laws to tackle this kind of discrimination, we can all help to protect the rights of guide dogs and the people who use them.
If you were to see discrimination happening, I would speak up and let them know that it is actually discrimination and illegal to discriminate against a guide dog. Just more inclusion throughout the community would be great to see.
NASA's Voyager One space probe is sending usable information back to Earth again after months of sending, well, pretty much gibberish. The spaceship stopped sending readable data back home in November last year, even though controllers could tell it was still receiving their commands. So engineers got to work with some clever coding and managed to fix the software on its malfunctioning chip, which is pretty impressive considering it's the most distant human-made object in the universe. Now to Northeast Arnhem Land in the Northern Territory, where a group of Yolngu women are working to set up their own footy league. Here's Nat.
Here on the footy fields of Nhulunbuy on the Gove Peninsula, yep, that's all the way up here, a group of Yolngu women are trying to get women's footy back off the ground. You see, several years ago, the last women's footy league here fell apart after not being able to get enough volunteers to make it happen.
So we used to have 4 teams, but I guess people didn't really want to be involved in it more and probably thought that they couldn't play.
But now there's a new buzz around town and more women have joined to the point where they've had to split into 2 teams.
It's so much fun when you get to play amongst girls and train amongst them.
The girls are amazing, they're so tactical and just have an amazing ability to just absolutely throw themselves in there.
My goal for the season is to go and play competitions with other communities.
There are hopes that a big tournament can happen later this year, with teams from all over Arnhem Land taking part, with the ultimate goal being to grow into a full-blown league by next year.
I know these girls, they are talented, I'm telling you, they are. Not just at AFL, but every sport, We try and encourage them, and especially for the young generations, because this is the only opportunity we got,
Oh gosh, sorry, I'm puffed out. I've searched across land and sea for these stories and I don't even know where I am anymore. Just like this alligator that wandered its way onto a tarmac at an airbase in Florida. After some wrangling, it was captured and released back into a nearby river. See you later, alligator. Now to another animal in an odd place, this water-loving wombat. Yep, these guys are usually more comfortable on land and they typically eat grass, tree bark and the roots of shrubs. They're also nocturnal, so this is, a bit odd. Experts aren't entirely sure why it's in the ocean, but are guessing it might be trying to bolster its diet with some extra salt and minerals. And finally too, a mermaid! Yep, the 2024 China Mermaid Open has kicked off. And yes, that's a real thing. Nearly 100 professional mermaid athletes from around the world have all gathered in Shanghai and are being marked on their underwater performances.
It's not easy, but it's very beautiful and very impressive performance.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. We'll see you tomorrow. How do I get down from here?